couple things I really like about the program is its portability. It doesn't take a lot of equipment. It's pretty easy to set up. The one thing I will finish with is I'm going to take you through where I'm trying to do a difficult target, because that's probably going to be the greatest frustration. Okay, as a reminder, I'm using the smart board. So pretend that this is your laptop screen, and you're with your mouse, you're going to select the target. So I'm going to try to select the white piece of paper here on the clipboard. So as I do it, right, I'm selecting it, and it's pegged. Yeah, it's already saying it's 2. So I may be able to bring it down a little bit, so we're going to try to adjust it. So as I come up, okay, I'm going to bring down the brightness to see if I can actually make that piece of paper work. Maybe, maybe not. So we're going to apply, get it okay. And it's darkened up a little bit, but remember our test, as soon as I hit the start, if it's too bright, it's going to actually start going off. But a lot of firearms targets have a white background, right, with black on the target. So try not to get the white part of the target. Try to select within it so that the entire target's not there. So let's hit it and see what it does. It didn't go off. Let's see if it'll actually register some hits. All right. Yeah. Now, notice up on the board, okay, a couple things have happened. I adjusted the camera, but notice that the ambient light here, right, I just readjusted it. Still says it's too bright. So I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Apply, okay. My biggest thing right now is that I'm trying to get number 2 here. All right, so let's see what this is going to do right now. All right, and this is how you have to kind of play with it. Let's see if it'll register a shot. But what I'm worried about right now is you look up on the board right here. This is I'm going to highlight this because when you start to see 100% marked on there, that means it's not going to register. If you can bring that down enough right before the shot, sometimes you can get it to take the hit. So as I come back, I'm just going to adjust it down and you'll start to hear shots. All right, so I'm bringing it down to 86. Still hasn't gone off. Going to bring it down a little bit more. Oh, let me get rid of that. There we go. Actually, let me get rid of that too. All right, I'm going to bring that down. So I'm bringing it down to see how far. All right, still hasn't gone off. Still clear. I'm going to see if it'll actually register a hit. So it's a little bit delayed, but it's picking it up. So that's kind of that play to see how much I can see. You can see it's a little bit dark for me to see on the board, but I can still use that as a target, and that's a pretty bright piece of paper. Now, notice that it's kind of hard to see, right? I'm going to bring up the size of the hits a little bit so you can kind of see it. So if the target's a lot farther away, right, and I bring it up a little bit, you're going to see that's a little bit easier to see for someone that's trying to look at the laptop. So I've cleared it here. We're going to do the same thing. Now you're going to see the dots are a little bit bigger, all right? So a little bit bigger on the screen here, especially if you're trying to do a longer distance shot. All right, so the ambient light portion is probably one of the hardest ones to work on, but that's one that you'll kind of learn over time and through adjusting either the camera or the ambient light here. And you can always go back to the individual targets. And the one reset target that we had set, one of the things you can do is you can make it recalibrate. So if you're in a lighting environment that keeps changing, you can set it to where the number 2 target or number 3 target would be basically a reset target to recalibrate the ambient light. All right, enjoy.